Does bankruptcy cause lifelong damage that, just like some financial authors claim? I've heard that. I've read that. It's not true. How could it be if it can't stay on your credit report forever? Chapter 7 bankruptcy can only stay there for 10 years. Chapter 13 bankruptcy can only stay there for 7 years. After the first 2 to 3 years, it's having less impact on your credit scores. You're starting to recover. Now, if you do plan on running for president, or to be governor, or to be mayor, any political office, guess what? Yes, it will be a permanent document in the federal courthouse that anybody could walk in and pull up if they wanted to. They won't be able to see your social security number. It's redacted, but it will be on the permanent record if somebody wants to look it up. So maybe it damages your political career. Were you planning on running for politics anyway? It's not going to be on your credit report. Probably the only person that you care about is that finance manager at the car dealership, that loan officer at the bank or at the mortgage broker, whoever it is that you borrow your money from. Well, guess what? Everybody gets nervous when they're sitting there. Even I teach about credit. I've taught about credit for 12 years. I've been in lending for over 12 years. I know this like the back of my hand. When I buy a car or a truck, I always feel like I'm going to get sick to my stomach, wondering, what are they going to see on my credit score? What has changed? Who has stolen my identity in the past 30 days since the last time I checked my credit score? What has happened? Has complete mayhem so everybody gets nervous. So I would be less concerned about whether or not bankruptcy is going to ruin my life and more concerned about what bankruptcy can do to improve your life. It's not an easy thing. But you know what? You know who does most of the work? All you have to do is photocopy a bunch of paperwork. Your attorney is going to do most of the work. They're the ones that are going to navigate you through the bankruptcy code. They're the ones that are going to make sure that your debts are discharged, that you get the chance to now start over. And now at that point in time, if you choose to ruin your life by not paying your bills on time after the discharge, well, then I could see how bankruptcy could be a horrible life-altering event. But it wasn't the bankruptcy. It was the fact that you didn't pay your bills after the bankruptcy. That's very, very, very important. That's what most lenders are going to be most concerned about. The bankruptcy, of course, plays a role in it. But when I'm looking at somebody's credit report and they want to buy a house after they've gone through a bankruptcy, after they've gone through a foreclosure, hey, I'll tell you what, that's actually fine, because there are specific guidelines that say that you can buy a house under FHA financing 2 years after a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, 3 years after foreclosure. So you're eligible at those after those periods of time. But if you have not taken care of your credit from those events, if you're late on your car after a bankruptcy, you just made it really difficult for me to approve your loan. So it's more about how you conduct yourself after the bankruptcy. That's the most important.